Ladies and gentlemen, the show we've all been waiting for, Paranormal Buzz Radio is proud to present REP Paranormal and Friends with your hosts, Kim Purvis and Allison Robinson. Live every Thursday night on Spreaker, 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 Central, 5 Pacific. Be sure to check out their Facebook page, REP Paranormal Busters.
The views and opinions expressed in this podcast by the host or the guest do not necessarily reflect the views of Paranormal Buzz Radio or its sponsors. Use of any material produced by Paranormal Buzz Radio without express written consent is strictly prohibited. For information on everything Paranormal Buzz Radio has to offer, visit our website, paranormalbuzzradio.com. Like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter and Instagram. Listener discretion is advised.
Welcome to another show of REP Paranormal and Friends. We have some special guests tonight from Unknown Darkness. We have Katie, Hannah, and Josh tonight. How are you guys doing?
Good. Doing great, thank you.
Thank you for being on tonight.
Absolutely, thanks for having us.
Hey, yeah, no problem. So some people, that are listening right now may not have heard of you. So why don't you guys give me a little bit of background on how you guys got started?
Sure. We started back in 2013, at least our team. We had all been previously on other teams before, so we've all been within the paranormal field officially since about 2012. But Josh and I had been on different teams and had met out... No, there's our child. Met out at Edinburgh Manor and just became friends and wanted to, investigate more together. And in 2013, we decided to separate our ways from our other teams, and we created Unknown Darkness. It started off with Josh and I and a few others, and we've kind of had some turnaround on some team members, but we wanted to have our own team, be able to kind of do things the way that we like to do, investigations and whatnot, and so we decided to create our own team.
Awesome, cool. So what got you guys interested in the paranormal? Like, did you have experiences or?
I think for me, it was the TV shows.
Yeah. For me, it was history. I have a bachelor's in history, and I worked in a haunted museum and the Russell House up in Waterloo, and that kind of sparked my interest a little bit more. I mean, I watched Ghost Hunters. That was the main show that I really watched, and so I ended up getting more involved because of that, and also because of my history background.
Okay, cool.
I guess I got into it because of the shows and the curiosity of, what's really out there.
Okay. Very nice. Very nice. So some of your places that you guys have investigated, Ashmore Estates.
Mm-hmm.
Did you guys do that? Was that back in 2013 or 15?
That was 2015 or 16. Yeah.
Okay.
I don't remember.
Yeah.
I
don't remember. Yeah. Yep.
That's one of our bucket list places we want to go to.
Yeah, it was a neat place.
Yeah, other than the bats.
Yeah.
Bats? Oh, okay.
I don't like bats.
Me either.
Yeah, it was interesting. I mean, it definitely has a good vibe in there.
Do you guys remember anything from it? Do you remember anything specific that you might have?
I think we all saw the same shadow person. Was that
on the first floor?
We were looking. There's an area that you walk down the hall, and then to the right, it's just kind of all gutted, but there's still these brick pillars and whatnot. I'm pretty sure we all saw the same shadow person within that area. Like you look through and you can see just like in the gaps, we all saw a shadow person there.
Oh, awesome. Very awesome.
Now, I just watched a live video of you guys at the Granger house. And you guys were in the carriage house.
Yeah.
Then all of a sudden the video said, we'll leave. And then you guys didn't come back live again.
Yeah, the Granger house it's really cool. I mean, the carriage house is where we felt the most. That was the heaviest energy. I mean, nothing malicious or anything like that. But it was definitely the heaviest energy out in the carriage house. And Josh and I both felt that out there, as you can see in the live video. Yeah, and we made Shannon go out there with us. So
it was just, just felt like you were being watched, I guess.
Yeah, yeah. And the mannequins everywhere doesn't help. So
nice. Yeah, that would probably freak me out a little bit.
We're going there in August, I think it is.
Oh yeah, I think it is August that we're going there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah, you'll like it. It's a cool place. It's definitely got a lot of history background to it, which is really neat.
Mm-hmm. Very nice. Very nice.
When we were at the Ellis house, when you had your event, my phone crashed. I can't bring it back up again to even send it to let you look at it. But we were in the upstairs bedroom with the one that had the big tub in it.
Yeah.
We were pointed towards the closet and the door going out. Mm-hmm. And it looks like a face in there, but we can't really say it was. But it looks like somebody's looking out at the closet. And then my phone crashed and I couldn't send it to you guys. We can't get back in there, so.
Yeah, it's a private residence now.
Yeah.
I think that we're actually going to go to the Ray house, which is right across from it, in a few weeks, actually.
Oh, okay.
Oh, cool.
But yeah, the Ellis house definitely has, that one's got a good vibe to it too. It's a really neat, place to go to.
Oh yeah, because we were downstairs and the flashlights were going off like crazy and stuff when we were all sitting there.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah,
I thought that was so cool that you guys would ask on demand, and there it was.
Yeah, I gotta say, shout out to Mike Ricksecker. He just said he's tuned in. Hey, Mike.
Awesome.
But yeah, I wished I still had that picture so you guys could see it. But it looked just like a face sticking out of the closet there. And
wow, I always wonder, if those people know. The people living there, if they understand that their house is quite haunted. And Josh just said, I wonder if they have any experiences in there.
Yeah, that'd be
very interesting to find out.
Yeah. Chuck!
I'm waving.
Hello,
I'm waving.
Chuck.
Yeah.
That's one thing about that. It's slow for chat on some areas. I don't know why, but... Yes. Let's see here. Missouri State Penitentiary.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to give us a little detail on that, like on different things. I know there was a picture or something you had, like, of a shadow figure.
Yes. Yeah. I think Hannah hasn't been there, but Josh and I have been there twice. Definitely is in my top, 3 of places to go. It's just massive. And the shadow person that we caught was in A Hall, and we were actually gone during that time. What we usually do is, I think we were just out we were in a different building. Yeah, we were in a different building. Typically what we like to do is we like to set up our cameras, set up a few recorders, break for a little bit, go have some dinner, come back. And we did that. And I get a message, I think it was the next day or the following day after that, from Shannon. He's like, "You will never believe what we caught." And I was like, "All right, what is, is it another, sound? What is it?" Shannon is our evidence. He just literally this guy will go through evidence within a few hours. It's crazy.
Oh my
Can
gosh.
we borrow him?
Yeah, can we borrow him?
Yeah.
Seriously.
I mean, he's literally on it right after an investigation, and he sent me this, I believe it's a screenshot actually of a video, because we do have video on our DVR of this same shadow figure moving.
Oh, wow.
And, I mean, we have the picture, but he sent that to me, and I was just absolutely in awe. I mean, that place is just, it's so big that it's so overwhelming, but it's got so much energy. I mean, if you just think about everything that happened there, I mean, it's the 47 bloodiest acres in America. So it's just, that's one place I highly recommend to go. And all of the tour guides there are amazing. Like I was mentioning to you earlier, Tom and Maggie Wells, they're some of our favorites out there. I mean, we love all of them. We've just really created a bond with those two. So yeah, I mean, definitely a great place. Did you have any experiences down in the dungeon? Weren't there things thrown at you? Buttons? Maybe that was
I don't remember.
Yeah. I just remember what happened yesterday. So.
Oh my gosh, that's true. I don't remember what's going on from half the time either, so it's okay. Also, let's see here. You've been to Villisca.
Yep.
How was that for you guys?
Hannah, you've been there?
Yeah, I went once.
Yeah.
It was pretty good. I mean, I'm trying to think. We got some very, like, significant words and stuff that came over.
Fabulous vibe.
Fabulous, yeah. It was an intense feeling there, for sure. Definitely a heaviness that you're not necessarily expecting from a lot of places.
And Josh and I have been there twice. Well, he's been there 3 times.
Is it?
Yeah.
One time it was just me and Katie.
Yeah, one
geez.
time, yeah, it was the first time we'd ever gone. We had another person there with us for a while, but he ended up chickening out and leaving. And so Josh and I were left there for probably 3 hours or so, just us two. We couldn't go upstairs. We were basically frozen in the parlor area. And we ended up getting a sulfur smell. And so we ended up leaving the house. And we don't mess with that. And then we ended up going out to the barn, and the smell followed us out there. We couldn't smell it when we walked out of the house. So if it was anything outside, we would have smelt it walking outside, where it's going to be the most potent. And then we walked into the barn, and we were fine. And then all of a sudden we smelled it again, and we're like, we got to cut it. I mean, it's just us two. I'm pretty sure Johnny Hauser told us we had the biggest balls he's ever seen.
I remember those words.
Yeah, we remember that.
He's like, you guys got some balls.
Yeah, you got some balls. That's what he said. So.
Yeah, our first time there, we had that sulfur smell.
Down in the parlor when we were getting ready to go to sleep.
Ugh. Yeah.
But we didn't have it the second time we've been there.
Yeah, we didn't either the second time we went. It was just the first time.
Yeah, same here.
Mm-hmm.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
I got scratched the first time we've been there, up in the attic.
Yeah.
We have some pretty cool DVR from Villisca as well. We did catch a shadow person in the blue room where Ina and Lena were, and then we caught one as well in the kitchen.
I think it was running from the stairs.
And then just went through.
Or something. Yeah.
Then it just like disappeared. And then the camera ended up glitching out a little bit too, where the camera ended up basically like cutting, and then it starts back up again. It was really weird.
This all happens again while we're not.
Yeah, we weren't. We weren't there when all this. This was when we were out to dinner.
Yeah, go figure.
Yep.
Well, they wouldn't even let us put our cameras in. We were trying to hook up all the cameras and everything. Nothing would work. And then it came over the spirit box. It said no cameras.
Yeah.
So we just took everything down.
Yep.
Just used our recorders and stuff because our cameras would not work that night.
Yeah. No matter what we tried. Yep.
Well, sometimes that's when you get the best evidence. So, I mean, your own personal experiences. So.
Yeah, that is true.
Yeah.
That is true. Let's see. What is like one of your guys' favorite investigations? Do you have a favorite?
I think it's Old South Pittsburgh Hospital.
Yeah.
I mean, that place is just enormous.
Yeah.
And I don't know.
So
It was just in a cool location, too.
Mm-hmm. What about you, Hannah? Yeah. Is that it?
I guess Edinburgh's probably one of the most intense places that I really can remember. Some crazy things happen there for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I have to. Old South is definitely on my top list again, and my child thinks so too. Yeah, Old South is really cool. Also, one that we had access to, which public we held a few events there. Public never had access, was Buchanan County Home. Mm-hmm. It is very much highlighted in my first book in Seeing Spirits. And that place just has a huge impact on my paranormal experiences.
Very nice. Yeah, because I did have on here the Buchanan County Home. I mean, do you have anything that you've caught there, or? At
the Buchanan?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I mean, multiple things. And actually, Adam Tillery, illustrations for my book, and he illustrates two very significant figures that I saw. Josh even saw one of them. It was an actual figure that we saw in that building. I mean, we've got multiple experiences from
That's
Buchanan.
where some of our best, I think, audio came from.
We've gotten the sulfur smell there too.
Yeah, we have gotten the sulfur smell there, and that's one place that Josh and I, we had access to due to family ties there. And Josh and I went out, and we went out the night before and had some really crazy experiences.
That might have been the sulfur smell night.
It was. The night before was. Yep, the night before was the sulfur smell. One night we had a sulfur smell and saw a big black mass in the chapel.
Oh,
and
wow.
Yeah. And we got kind of freaked out that night. We ended up leaving. We didn't feel very safe. So we ended up leaving. We went back the next night, and we literally sat in my car staring at the building. And this drive for us is at least 45 minutes. Mm-hmm. And we stared at the building, we talked, stared at the building, and we never went inside because the energy from it was just way too heavy and just.
And that place has a really dark history.
Yeah, to me, it's darker than Edinburgh.
Yeah, and it's huge.
Mm-hmm.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
No, yeah, I hadn't heard of that one before. So
yeah, it's not one that's publicized very much. So yeah.
Gotcha.
And let's see, you just recently had on there about the YMCA Rock Island. What was that like?
Yeah, we went up to the YMCA, the old YMCA in Rock Island. It's now it's a furniture Vinar D Vinar furniture store, I think. Yeah, that was pretty cool. We had some good experiences up on the 4th floor and then down in the pool area. We didn't get to stay very long, just because there was a snowstorm that night. And we had to drive all the way back to Cedar Rapids, so we decided to cut out early. Still drove back in a little bit of snow. I mean, I'd definitely go back. It's a really big place, so it would be a really cool place for an event or, with a good group of people. But yeah, it's a really neat location.
Yeah, I've heard a lot of people talk about it. We haven't been there yet, but we've heard about it.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I didn't even hear about it. I hadn't even heard of that one. I don't hear about a lot of things.
You don't hear a lot of things.
I think it's pretty easy to get in there.
Right
Owners are really open, so.
I guess I don't. Yeah, I guess I don't. I'm hardly ever on. I'm always busy with kids.
I know, with track, softball, and everything.
I know.
The Renwick Mansion.
Mm-hmm.
I seen lots of pictures. I didn't get to go through any of the video today, but that place looks humongous by itself, just by looking at the pictures.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. The Renwick is really cool. The owners there are really awesome too. We always like to toot the owners' horns sometimes when we have really good experiences with them, because they need recognition too. So do good things with their buildings, because that's one of our big things is we like to see buildings with good upkeep and being preserved. So, and you can rent it for events and you can rent it for weddings, but Josh and I had pretty good significant experience in the basement, where we thought that we felt an energy from the Buchanan. We were live during that time. He's looking at me like he doesn't remember what this is. We were in the basement, and it was just him and I, and we were in the basement, and we were just walking down there. I mean, it's just your old limestone basement. They have coal chutes and things down there still. And we were in a room, and we just kind of felt the energy shifting a little. And he at one point said, I don't want our backs exposed. So we were back to back. And we were live in this one too, I'm pretty sure. So it's got to be on our Facebook page somewhere.
Yeah, I remember.
Now you remember. And I mean, I don't know. Many people might not. If you haven't read my book or know much about me, over my experiences with the paranormal, I've become more open, and I consider myself just empathic, which everybody has empathic abilities, but somehow, some way, I put it in quotes, and if Mike's still listening, he'll understand my quotes. Seeing spirits, that's why every time I say seeing, I do quotes, because I don't physically see spirits in front of me, but the spirits that you see in my books, those have all popped in my head in some way, shape, or form. Mm-hmm. And energies can definitely feel those. Josh can even feel those, quite a bit. And I mean, anybody, I think, can if you're open to it. And but we're down the basement. We were back to back, and he was saying, I just don't feel very comfortable down here. And I said the same thing. And for some reason, the creepy guy from the Buchanan popped up in my head, and I looked at Josh. I had goosebumps, and I think we both had goosebumps, and we're pretty much scared out of our minds. And we ended up leaving, because if you see my book, Seeing Spirits, on the back, that is the guy I'm talking about. Uh-huh. But he just, his energy, his face, everything popped. And I don't know why he popped up at the Renwick Mansion. He's not there. I mean, the Renwick Mansion is a very good place. But, it was just a weird experience to have. We have that with the Joker, too, from Edinburgh. Uh-huh. Follow us around quite a bit.
Oh, Mom and I, when we were at the Renwick, when we were sitting at the table. So we were sitting at one of the tables while we were investigating, and both of us had our arms on the table, and out of nowhere, both of our arms, flew up off the table because something hit underneath so hard that, our arms just flew off. It was crazy. Wow. It scared us for sure.
And that's the room that Vanessa had remoted into. Yeah. And said that there was something in that room, so...
Yeah, that was crazy. Yeah.
Oh wow, that would be cool. Yeah, it would be. It would be cool.
It would scare me, but be cool.
Yeah, same here. Same here.
We like that stuff.
It's our attention for sure.
Yeah. Now we know you did a show with Ghost Adventurers. How were they like to work with? Compare
story, or
say we can sugarcoat it, or we can
not sugarcoat it.
You don't have to sugarcoat it.
Josh and Hannah worked with them the most, so I'm gonna let them take the reins on this one.
I would say the first day they were there filming, it was a little rough with the way they were acting towards they just kind of acted like they didn't want to be there. I know they're doing a job. They got to get in and get out and do their thing and interviews.
Yeah, right.
The first day wasn't a good experience. The second day wasn't as bad. They were a little bit more relaxed. And I think whose birthday was it?
It was Aaron's birthday.
Aaron Goodwin's birthday that day.
Had cake and stuff. And
so Zach did offer us a piece of cake, which was nice. What the nicest he was to us the entire time.
I guess I didn't have quite the same experience with mine.
No, they liked you.
They liked Hannah.
they were definitely there to like do their job. I feel like they're just so focused that like no one else mattered to them necessarily. But
I ended up being interviewed. I was supposed to be interviewed by Zach, and I'm up in the rape room and talking about my experiences, and I'm like waiting for him to come in, and then the producer comes walking in, and he's interviewing me, and I didn't say anything, and then I got back out to the safe house, and I asked him, I'm like, Zach and them didn't even come in and interview me. He's like, no, they left to go back to Cedar Rapids. I don't know if they were going out, what they were planning on doing, but they were basically just done. Like, they didn't want to.
Oh, my gosh. Wow.
So I'm like, that's professional. I drive all the way out here as you invited me out here to want to interview me. And, yeah, so I was kind of thrown off by that.
I would say Hannah had the biggest part in that episode.
Yeah. With the...
Yeah, isolation session by myself type thing.
And you didn't fake it, right?
No. Oh, heck no.
No.
I know I get that sometimes, like, oh, did she scratch herself?
Oh, no. No. And being in there alone is intense.
You know, I mean, there's episodes that I've watched that I'm like, oh, you know, that's... I think the demon things that they bring up, I don't know necessarily, I guess, if they're always getting something that negative, but if they are, that stuff's following them. Yeah. That's not stuff that is at those locations.
Mm-hmm. Right.
And, like, I mean, like, for, I don't know, I'm, like, trying to think of places, like, I mean, like, Mineral Springs, where, you know, we're going to be there in about 3 weeks for Haunted Road Media Paracon. You know, of course, there's demon, and I asked Mike right after, I'm like, do you really think there's demons in there? He's like, absolutely not. Mike talked about this too the other night. Like, we were talking about Jay got scratched up on that second floor. And this is the Mineral Springs episode, and he got scratched up on the second floor right about, and this is where we were last year for our author investigation, and I got scratched basically in the same spot as he did. And I was 17 weeks pregnant at this time.
Oh my gosh.
I got scratched, and I looked down at my arm, and I'm just like, oh, I got scratched, and, you know, not even think anything of it. And Jay Wasley just absolutely flipped his everything. And ran. And it's like, I guess that makes me more of a man. I don't know. It's for show. I mean, it's for show, but
it's all for the race.
And then I hear people who have had great experiences with them. And when we met Aaron Goodwin at Scarefest in 2013, he was really nice. I mean, he was really funny and talkative, and I think it just depends on the setting.
I think so too, because I met them at a Paracon in Minnesota. Yeah, he was pretty cool.
He was pretty cool, but I thought Zach was kind of stuck up.
He was kind of socially awkward for the most part.
Well, because when we were at Scarefest, he was there for 2 days, and he was getting a pretty big chunk of money to be there. Yeah, and he ended up just not showing up the second day and leaving because he was sick or something.
Yeah, he said he was sick, and we held the door for him. One of our friends was with us who was absolutely obsessed with him, and I always gave her crap for it because I'm like, he's orange, and okay, I guess I won't talk too much.
Like an Oompa Loompa.
Yeah, exactly. But I mean, we held the door for him, and he didn't even acknowledge us. Just walked right by, so our friend looked through and he yelled, "You're welcome." I think they kind of laughed and were looking at us like, and they knew that we were just like, okay.
Yeah, oh gosh. Oh man, that's great.
But the experience wasn't that bad.
Yeah.
With them.
Yeah, no.
It made a pretty good episode.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah, it was a pretty good episode.
I've seen it a couple of times.
Yeah, same here.
Yeah.
I have too.
The Bud, the old guy that they interviewed, he's great, and he is the one that found the guy that hanged himself in the manor.
Oh wow!
Say that all the evidence they got, I think, was
legit.
Because we've had similar experiences. Yeah, and do we believe there's a demon in the manor? No, but I mean.
Mean spirits, maybe.
Adam Tillery. He's always had good experiences with Zach. Hey, Adam Tillery does have a piece of artwork in Zach's museum in Vegas.
Yes, I know. We talked to him about that on the show. That is pretty cool. I seen it on Twitter, actually. Mm-hmm.
I was in Vegas in the beginning of March and for a bachelorette party, so unfortunately I didn't get to go there and see it. But next time we go, we're definitely going to go see it.
I definitely want to check out that museum.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I just with a bunch of people who weren't into that stuff, so unfortunately I heard that he got the rocking chair.
He did.
From the Warrens.
Oh. That's what I heard, too.
Yeah. Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
Like the Bathsheba rock?
No. This is associated with some... I don't know
which one it is, but I saw that he got one of those rocking chairs.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So, yeah.
He has some pretty cool stuff in there.
Yeah. So, I think that's a pretty cool character type thing to do with Adam sending that and getting that up in his museum. That is pretty cool.
That's awesome.
And that showcases Adam's amazing talent that he has. So
yeah. And I think Aaron's actually used one of Adam's pictures that he did of him, too, for his profile picture on Twitter for a while.
You're right. Yeah, he did.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Which is pretty cool.
Yeah.
Well, they like
Adam. So props to Adam.
Yeah, they like Adam. So
they like Adam.
How can you not, though? So
I know. All right, so let's see here. Excuse me.
Going through our notes here.
Yeah, I know. Let's see. Harris Haven Funeral Home?
Yes.
How was that? I've never heard of it.
Creepy.
Yeah, very creepy.
It's very, I don't even know the word. It's weird being in somewhere that's
a haunted
house. I don't know.
Like a commercial
because we've never done anything like that.
Well, you can talk about the demon picture.
Oh, yeah. Up at the top of the stairs.
Oh, yeah, I'll let Katie talk about that.
I don't think he's really going to say a whole lot.
In this, cool with her. Yeah, you are, Adam. The demon pit. So in Harris Haven, at the top of these stairs, when you're walking through the attraction, right at the top of it is a drawn picture of a demon. Uh-huh. The owner's brother-in-law, something. He drew it, and they had been. What happened with the whole story is when the activity started. The owner and his friend were talking about the Book of Revelation. So they're talking about the angels and demons coming down and fornicating with those of here on earth, and that is when he saw his first dark shadow figure in the building. So is that why that happened? I don't know. It's just kind of a weird coincidence, I guess. And so we ended up contacting Harris Haven. Actually, he might have reached out to Shannon on our team.
I think he did because he was having
experiences, and he reached out to Shannon about coming out and investigating. And so we went out, and we had some really, really dark experiences there with just shadow figures, with things being hit. We got some really crazy EVPs and some really crazy ovulists. I know it said sorcerer or something.
And it all happened in the vicinity of that picture.
Yeah. And it said sacre race or something.
Yeah.
And our ovulus is set to English. And it came across with a Latin word that was sacrifice.
Oh.
And so that was really odd. I write about this one too in Seeing Spirits, but some weird personal things happened with the owner and his friend too, which was really unfortunate. And I won't really go into those details, but they did talk to us about it, and I won't go back. It's just, I don't know. It's a really dark place, in my opinion.
Excuse me.
Yep. Yeah, because once they took the picture down, he ended up taking that demon picture down, and once he took that down, I'm pretty sure that activity kind of ceased for a little bit. I think he put it back up though. So yeah.
Now, okay, with your ovulus, you said you have it on English.
Yeah.
Okay, well, have you ever had it change accents on you?
Ooh.
Not that
I
I know
don't
of.
think so. Uh-uh.
Or, like, say words in, like, different tones instead of just, like, saying the word, it'll, like...
Yeah. Yeah.
Have you ever had... Because we had it say, like, it was, you know, saying things, and then all of a sudden it'd go, Raja. I've never heard it do that before, so I didn't know if anybody's ever had that before. Like, it sounded British. I don't know. It was really weird.
Oh, weird. Yeah, no, we've never had any, like, accents, but we have had the, like, the tone change.
I think with the most we get is just the different language.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And that, say we've had German.
Yeah.
Out in, what is that place? The U.S. Marine Hospital.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, because it came across SYNN. And we looked it up.
Had that too. We had that too.
Yeah. We've looked it up and it's sin in German.
Yeah, yeah. I had to look it up too because it kept saying Germany, and then it said sin. And
wow.
I don't know. It was really weird, and then it kept talking about foreigners and government. I have no...
Weird.
Yeah.
And that's about the time we got the English accent too.
Yeah, and that's about the time we got the English accent. So I don't know what was going on. But that's weird, because I've never seen that or heard of anybody else getting what you just said. So, interesting.
We're still learning with that machine.
Yeah, we haven't used it a whole lot yet.
Yeah. We've only used it a few times, so.
What is your favorite equipment to use? Besides yourself. We all agree with that. We all agree ourselves is the best, but
I would say for me it's audio, the audio recorder.
Yeah, I
feel like I get the most on that.
I like audio. I think I really like EMF readers though, so K2. Oh my gosh, what can I think of?
Like a REM pod?
Yeah, I like REM pods. Oh yeah, we had one. Millimeter. I like REM pods. Yeah, I like those types of things where you can get a good reading and know that it's not coming off of, the building or your phone, whatever, and if it goes off, like that type of evidence.
That's almost for like instant interaction where you're not having to go back 10 hours later and listen to. Yeah.
We've actually gotten away from using the mag light. We don't really use that much at all. We don't use that actually at all anymore. We use more of the K2 and things like that to get those types of validation.
Yeah.
We never used the flashlight thing.
We've never used the flashlight thing.
Yeah.
We went to the Dollar Tree and bought battery-operated candles where they just twist the lights on.
Oh.
So, and we found those work better than the flashlights did for us.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And it's cheap.
And it's cheap for a buck. You can't go wrong.
Yeah.
What's...
Hannah?
Hannah, yeah. I remember. What's her favorite equipment?
Yeah.
Probably K2 and recorder. I like the ghost box and stuff like that, but sometimes I feel like it gets too loud and then everyone's trying to listen, so you're like, okay, is everyone hearing the same thing, or I don't know. So I would say recording, the recorder and K2 for sure.
Ghost box scrambles your brain after a while.
Yeah.
Because we let Allison listen to that. We put headphones on her and blindfolded her and let her do the listening.
Yep.
Yeah. We like to do EVP blasts, so we'll set the recorder up, and then we'll ask, kind of just do round robin type questions, and then we'll just do about 1.5 minutes to 2 minutes of that, and then come back and listen to it right away to see if we get any responses from that.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
We like doing that too every once in a while.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
My favorite is the SLS camera that we got.
Oh yeah.
I love using that thing.
Yeah. We got to get some upgraded equipment. We're slack. last year was a very, very busy year for Josh and I, and the year before. So we really got out of doing that, of upgrading equipment and things. So we're using children as a sensor for ghost counts.
Yes, we will bring Weston next time, Adam.
We'll take Weston next time. So
Children as equipment.
When the Creeps, Ghost Commandos, and Unknown Darkness get together, crazy things happen. Electronics go out. Lights go out. I mean,
Adam has a video of all this.
Adam
somewhere.
does. Yeah. It's on the Creeps YouTube page. He has, or it might even be on their Facebook. He's got at Belvoir Winery.
Everywhere we went.
Yeah. Everywhere we went. We went to Kansas. We occasionally go and see Adam and Hannah and Alec and all of them in Kansas. And we went down one year. It's like, I think, 2015. Yeah. And, I mean, we're friends with them, too. So, we don't just do paranormal stuff all the time when we go see them. And we ended up watching the women's...
Oh, the Sweet 16
The Sweet 16 game.
Yeah.
Yep. We went, I think it was, Sun. It was some.
That's where Adam met Hannah.
The dot spot. It was the dot spot. Yeah. Yep. And that's where Adam met Hannah. And so we were sitting watching the Iowa women play in the Sweet 16, and the TV went out.
Yeah.
Oh, jeez.
Just our TV at our table.
Just our TV.
Just ours.
And then we, I think it's on, Shay, it's either on Creeps YouTube or it's on their Facebook page. So the Creeps Ghost Commandos.
Adam can probably link it.
Yeah, I say Adam could probably even link it here if he wants. But then we went to Belvoir Winery the next day or next night, and we're in the ice cream parlor.
Yeah.
And the light above where we're all at goes out. This one light. And on Alex's camera.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so, and Adam, I mean, he narrows all this down in the video, but seriously, every time, or it's raining. Or it's raining.
The other place we had to go out, we were at the house.
Grinter.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they weren't with us. It was just you and Hannah.
But we had a light go out on the wall.
Yeah, the light did. We were visiting a historic place down there, too, while we were there, the Grinter house. And
I forgot about that.
Yep. So, and then a light went out right next to us.
So weird.
It was an interesting weekend.
Yeah.
It was.
Yeah, I would say so.
Never a dull moment with those guys.
I know.
Before we get close to the end, we want you to plug your new show. Tell everybody how they can come and watch your new show.
Yeah. So Josh and I are going to be the hosts of Walking with Shadows on Beyond the Light Network's YouTube page. So you can go to their YouTube and subscribe, and we are going to be having our shows on Sunday nights. Our first show is going to be at 6 p.m. with the Creeps Ghost Commandos with Adam and Alec. And that one's, like I said, going to be 6 p.m. Central Time. And then after that, it's going to be at 8 p.m. We're doing 6 p.m. because we cannot miss Game of Thrones. So it is intense right now. So but Josh and I are excited for that, and we thank Chuck for asking us to do that. And it'll be a YouTube show, so you'll see our wonderful faces, and we've got a lot of cool guests that we've got lined up so far. So first we've got the Creeps Ghost Commandos. We have Vanessa Hogel, Maggie and Tom Wells from Missouri State Penitentiary, Mike Ricksecker, Chuck, of course, and more to come. So
awesome.
Yeah.
So make sure everyone check them out.
Yes, check them out Sunday night.
Yes.
And on your book,
yes,
we've been talking about your book a lot. Where can people find it to get it if they wanted to get it?
That it's on Amazon.
Amazon?
You can just type in Seeing Spirits, and then you can just type in Seeing Spirits, Katie Hopkins. It'll pop up. We got another book coming out here probably in the next few weeks called Visions from the Afterlife, and then hopefully this fall, that's the release date we're shooting for. Josh and I have actually co-authored a book together, and it's Iowa Haunted Corridor. So that's going to just be more of it's not our paranormal experiences. It's more of a guide through haunted locations in the corridor and kind of the outskirts too, because we're adding other haunted locations that aren't necessarily in the corridor. But we do also list, if we've had paranormal experiences there, and then we've actually reached out to people who have had paranormal experiences there and put their things within the books. So.
Oh, cool. That's awesome.
Yeah. And Adam did do the illustrations for the Visions book as well. So.
Awesome. Very awesome. Oh, hey, Jen B's in the house. All right, let's see here. I thought I had one more, but I can't remember.
Oh gosh, be careful listening and driving.
Yeah, I know.
Anybody out there got any more questions for him before our show ends? Please post them for us.
So, one other thing too that we can get out there is the Haunted Road Media Paracon coming up here on June 1st. Saturday, June 1st from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Mm-hmm. That is at Mineral Springs Mall down in Alton, Illinois. It was a blast last year, and it's going to be a blast this year. We do have a sponsor for it as well this year, WBGZ Radio. So they're sponsoring it for us. They're actually going to get some commercials out here soon. So yeah, that's going to be a blast. I mean, last year was so much fun. There is a paranormal investigation too that evening. At 8 p.m. until midnight, and that's $35, but only $5 to get into the door and see all of the speakers. And I'm actually doing the first lecture of the day at 10. So it's gonna be awesome. We're excited.
Sounds fun.
Yeah, that's awesome. Okay, I do have a question. I want to know each one of yours bucket list investigation. I ask just about everybody this because I'd like to hear.
Yeah.
Oh, you go first.
Me first?
Shoot.
I know mine.
Tuberculosis. Yeah,
Waverly.
Waverly probably would be the top of my list. I want to go there.
Oh yeah, that one sounds good too. Yeah.
I would like to. I have like so many, but I mean. If I can ever talk to Abraham Lincoln, I really want to talk to him. So it would require probably going to like the White House or his house in Springfield. But I would really like to take a boat and go over where the Titanic sank and investigate on the water.
Oh, that would be awesome.
Josh is still thinking.
Alcatraz has been way up there.
Alcatraz.
Oh, that would be cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
That would be awesome.
Definitely.
Awesome.
So many. Gettysburg, of course.
Yeah.
But,
see, I feel like we're done.
Mm-hmm. Or any civil.
Shay's going to Gettysburg, right?
Yeah, Shay will be going to Gettysburg here in June.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, any Civil War battlefield, I would definitely not turn down.
No.
Oh, me either. I'm a Civil War buff. Anything about the Civil War. If it's not even investigating, just going.
Yeah. That's what my specialization is in for my bachelor's degree. And when we went down to Old South, we ended up going to the Chickamauga battlefield. Mm-hmm. And we just walked around and, experienced it. And, so cool. So cool.
Awesome. Very awesome. Oh, excuse me. I tickled my throat. Anyone have any questions here? That's the one thing, though. This is...
Adam Boomer says he misses you. Boomer is our dog.
All right.
Let's see. I went through all mine on my sheet.
All right. One other thing to plug is where can they find your group?
Sure.
If they want to check out
on Facebook. So Facebook, Unknown Darkness. I think 2013. But if you just type in Unknown Darkness, you should find us. We're also we're on Twitter. We don't usually use that very much. Mm-hmm. And our website is just unknowndarknessiowa.com. We have quite a bit of evidence and different things on there. So, Adam, my boom boom. So, yeah. And Facebook is really the main place you can reach us.
Yeah. Perfect. All right, let's see. I'm just going through one more time here to see.
Oh, and our dog is.
Are you crying at Adam?
Yeah.
Knows Adam's there.
All right, let's see here. I'm going to go through here real quick and just give shout outs to everybody who was in chat tonight. So I'm going to list them off here quick. We had Adam, Shay, Jen B, Kim was in there, Wolf.
Boomer.
Let's see, myself, Matt, Chuck. Just keep scrolling.
We had quite a bit in there gabbing.
Well, and then, of course, Katie was in there a little bit, too. So thank you, everybody, who joined our live chat tonight. Anyone last questions? I know that's the one thing is there's a little bit of delay with the chat, so I just always give somebody else another little thing before we wrap things up.
One other thing too, I guess, is I will be on Edge of the Rabbit Hole on May 21st with my
Twitter. Awesome. Very nice.
I'll have to write that one down so I remember to watch.
Yeah, I remember it.
New book, so that'll be fun.
Very nice. Very nice. All right. Well, we are gonna. Shay says, "Just keep scrolling. Just keep scrolling." All right.
Wow.
Well, we thank everybody for listening tonight, and we thank our special guest, Unknown Darkness. So thank you guys for being on.
Thank you.
Can't wait to tune into your guys' new show. It'll be awesome. So make sure everybody tunes into them. Again, go ahead and give it again, just in case somebody missed it. I think Jen B might have jumped in a little late. If you want to give your show. Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. Yep, nope, you're fine.
It is going to be Walking with Shadows. It's going to be on Beyond the Light Network's YouTube page. You can go ahead and just subscribe to their page. So when we go live every Sunday, or not every Sunday, sorry, it's every other Sunday. Starting this Sunday, the 12th is it the 12th? Yeah. With Adam and Alec from Creeps Ghost Commandos. And that will be at 6 p.m. Central Time this week, but then the rest will be at 8.
All right. Cool. That sounds awesome. All right. Well, thank you guys so much. Let's see here.
Thank you.
Jen B says, glad I got to hear a little bit. It's always driving, it seems like.
She don't get off work in time.
Oh, that's
catch
right.
The beginning.
That's right. Wolf said, good show. All right. Well, thank you, everybody, and thank you again to Unknown Darkness.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Hang on for a second while we do this ending here. And
alrighty.
Thank you for listening to REP Paranormal and Friends. Be sure to check out Kim and Allison on Facebook at REP Paranormal Busters.